watching your Instagram, stalking your Instagram. Yeah, so that's why I stay off.
Yeah, no, well, now I just don't publish anything.
I'm not against it. I don't want to deal with all that.
Yeah.
Especially being in that profession, you know?
Yeah. Well, that's what guns are for, you know?
Right. Yeah. That's what Second Amendment's for.
Yeah, that's what the Second Amendment's for. It's like, go ahead, come at me.
You got to be careful in this state.
Yeah. This is a dangerous state. We were just talking about that, actually, me and you, because we live in California, and California is just, you know better than me. You're in law enforcement, but California is just like I don't know what's happened. I don't know if it's always been this way, but just.
Well, I love the state. I mean, we were born here. It's getting to the point where we are way too soft on crime. And I'm not Mr. Know-it-all. This is just my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, people are getting cited out, which means giving them a ticket, and they just committed a crime and got arrested.
For serious crimes?
No, not serious crime, misdemeanors, stuff like that.
I mean, I could see that with like maybe some pot.
Right.
But, violent crimes.
Pot's legal now, but.
Yeah. Right. But like violent crimes, like that would be a problem for me if we were just letting out violent offenders just because there's no room.
And well, even like there was a case in my department where there was a burglar going around the city and the county. So he got picked up for burglary. Okay, cool. They picked him up, did their job. Sat it out. He got released. And what happens? A few hours later, he gets picked up again for what? For burglary. So it's like burglars, you can't keep signing them out like that. What do you think they're going to do? They're going to go back to burglarizing someone's home. So it's just, we need, as a state, we need to pass some more stronger bills for crimes, because it's getting out of control right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what else are you experiencing?
I mean, just the city of LA. Look at you could pretty much do whatever you want. You're not going to do that much time.
Really?
I mean, unless you commit, one of the horrible crimes, but
like murder, rape.
I mean, there needs to be more strict laws, because we have kids and even adults. Not even just for kids, but we need to have peace in the city.
Yeah. Well, a big problem too that I see is like the mental health stuff.
Yeah, a lot of
because
mental health.
I live near a park, and it's like I live in a nice area,
right.
But there's, I don't want to call them riffraff, but there's just mentally ill,
right,
that look like they probably violent as well. If they don't have their drugs or whatever, but they're obviously druggies. And I wouldn't say like gangbangers, but they're druggies. Yeah. Man, this morning I woke up and there was actually a different type of somebody who concerned me, which is like, he was driving by and like a really nice Range Rover, tinted windows and everything. And he rolled down his window, was looking at my house or at my car. I think he just saw it turned out there was some shorts and underwear that I dropped out of my car in the street. I think he just rolled down his window to look. Oh, maybe first, I hope that's all it was. But for a second, I was like, why is this fool looking at my house?
That's good. You're on guard like that. You have to be nowadays, especially around LA County. So
yeah, it's crazy out here.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully we figure something out, because
hopefully we do.
I hate the whole thing of, I'm leaving California.
No.
That always bothers me when people talk like that.
Oh, me too.
It's like, go ahead and leave you. I don't want no pussy over here anyway.
Yeah, to me, that's just like quitting.
Yeah,
I was born here. This is the best state in the United States.
Yeah.
I'm not leaving.
California's dope. It's beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
The people are chill. It's not it's not it is partly our fault because we vote these assholes in. And people aren't paying enough attention to politics. Because most people don't want to go there throughout their day thinking about politics.
Yeah.
I don't.
No.
I have too many problems going on, or too many challenges in life.
Yeah.
Now I got to worry about what assholes running the country, running my state. And then you got these people like our governor and other people who are just doing whatever the hell they want to do. Yeah. And no consequences, making these crazy laws
for themselves, but for us only.
Yeah, only for us. Like, remember when the pandemic and they shut it down, and then Governor Newsom or whatever,
everything was shut down except for his restaurant.
Yeah, except for him. Yeah. And it's like,
and his kids could go to school, but my kid, she went to kindergarten. And come on, that's a special moment. Like, you're gonna walk your kid
Mine too.
To her class. Yeah. I still have the videotape of myself walking to class with an old school video camera. I wanted to do that to my kid. Unfortunately, she went to school during COVID. Had to do kindergarten on the computer, on Zoom. Yeah. So it's her first experience with school, so she can't do it by herself. We had to sit there with her. Yeah. And the whole year it was very difficult. Yeah.
Oh, it was hard. So, dude, that was one of the hardest things for me.
Yeah,
I was like, how stupid can I be that I can't, because our kids are the same age, right? And I was like, how stupid can I be? I can't even do a kindergarten class with my kid on.
Right.
and I remember I was trying to work at the same time, like from home on my computer. And her mom got upset because she's like, you have to do the class with her. Like, she can't just do it by herself. She's 5 or whatever.
4 or 5.
4 or 5 years old, kindergarten, right?
I don't even know how to use computers.
And I'm like, dude, I gotta work. You know, I didn't even want to do it anyway. I was like, I don't want to sit there and have to. I don't got time for that, so I couldn't even work. It was horrible.
It was pretty bad.
Were you working during that?
I was working.
You still had to go into the jail.
I still had to work. Yeah, still had to work. On my days off, I would help with my wife, and we would help her with her Zoom, kindergarten Zoom.
Yeah,
and sit there with her for 8 hours.
Oh, it was so horrible.
Yeah, pretty bad.
And in my opinion, you know, people may not agree with me, but I think like our response to what was going on, like it was so politicized, and it was hard. Like people feel, and I tend to agree now. Like it was either an overreaction or it was just, just a bunch of bullshit by the government to. I don't know, for whatever reason, to lock us down. I think
a lot of both. It was a little overreaction and a lot of BS.
Yeah. I remember I felt like, I feel like such a bonehead now because, I used to wear the mask. And I remember that when it first happened, I went to the market.
You got gloves?
I had gloves. I had the mask. I probably wearing a trash bag. And I remember this dude, me and my brother walking to the car after we got whatever we needed. And I remember this dude and his wife were looking at us, and the guy was going like this to me.
Like,
like, you're an idiot. And then I remember going like this to him, like.
That was me too. I was all masked up. Yeah. I even bought like a Kobe mask with number 8 on it and purple and gold. Wearing it. Like, people were like, what the heck?
Dude, my wife's like the total opposite. She's like a total... Trumper.
Yeah.
Like she said she wasn't, but she was. And like she was like she made fun of everybody who wore a mask.
That's funny.
Which is fine. I agree with her now. I'm more conservative than I was during that time.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
It's funny. The pandemic made me conservative.
Yeah, kind of myself too.
Yeah, it's like all of a sudden I was like...
You see a lot of things different now, huh?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, me too.
It's like, man, you guys are just out of control.
Out of control.
You Democrats, man. I used to vote Democrat.
Out of control. Yeah,
now
me too.
I might actually vote for the first time ever Republican.
I'm also thinking about it.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it.
I never in my life would have thought I'd vote Republican. And here I am, 45 years old, thinking of switching.
Well, I think we were just raised in the county of Ballet, and usually you vote.
Yeah, it was just I never really thought
Democrat,
about it. Right. It's been so we've been so polarized, as they say.
Exactly.
That it never occurred to me that it mattered if I voted Republican, Democrat. I thought we were one country, whatever, right? I never thought about it in those terms, like Republican, Democrat. But ever since Trump took office, and then everybody just started pitting themselves against the media.
We're so separated
like
now.
Making everybody as if we're separate.
Yeah, the country separated. Yeah.
Like the right, as the political right or the Republicans. Those media sources would be like showing like the bad, or not the bad boys, but the different militias, so-called militias.
Proud Boys.
Yeah, the Proud Boys,
Antifa, and all
they
those
would say
groups.
like, I rather side with Russia than Democrats. I'm like, what the fuck? We're all Americans, you dumb nuts.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
I was gonna say that we're all Americans.
Yeah,
and we could vote however we want.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with it. Vote
and there's
right,
so many
vote
people
left,
that'll be like, oh, you vote for Biden? Oh, you're dumb. Like, oh, you're voting for Trump? Oh, you're dumb. Yeah, you can't win no matter what.
You can't win no matter what. We're dumb either way.
Yeah, either way, someone's going to be like, oh, this guy voted for him or him. Yeah. What an idiot. But, I mean, it's your choice. And we're American. We were born here.
Exactly. Well, I mean, I've always felt that way. And it's the same reason why I've always been a registered independent.
Yeah.
I never actually registered as a Democrat. I just always voted Democrat.
Okay.
And I only really voted Democrat because my mom voted Democrat.
Yeah,
and I just never thought it was a big deal. Like, who cares? Just pick a side. But I was always registered as an independent.
But now we're seeing it's a big deal, right?
It's a big
It is a big deal. Yeah.
It is a big deal to me. So I don't even vote in the primaries and all this other shit because I'm an independent. Yeah. But so I can vote either way come the general election. And I hope that it doesn't go. I'm not gonna lie, man. I don't want Biden. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm the gas prices, the way our economy is, where more wars, all this.
Everything's out of control right now.
Everything's out of control.
Yeah.
And it's like, do I really want some guy who doesn't know where he is? I mean, at least that's how it appears. You know?
Unfortunately, that looks to be the case.
That looks to be the case, right? Yeah. Like the guy's like, I don't want to say he's brain dead, but he's not working with a full deck.
Well, he's like 81 or 82. I think that's a little too old.
But so was Trump.